Hello there guys. I've been being very bad with the blueprints and I've created a track. I've actually just tested it on a 4-lap track and it worked. So I've decided to share it with you guys. I did a couple of versions that didn't work. First of all, because I kind of handicapped the drivatars a little bit too much. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set it to 10 laps. I might make another one on 20, make another one on 50. Now the idea behind this blueprint is it's a little circuit that I can drive to practice drifting, and I'm doing this on unbeatable against drivatars, and I'm very easily going to win. So I'm going to get some credits while I practice. So I've already got my route created, so I'm going to now go and create a new blueprint. I'm going to go with anything goes. I'm going to change my route and I'm going to select the route I've just made, which is this one, and you can see how they're detouring. So they've got to go left immediately and detour around that little wiggle. This one is the one that didn't work. So originally I was sending them up into that field and making them go up and down, up and down, up and down, and then come back. So that didn't work, but this one did. So that's the one I'm going to use. And now I'm going to set some event settings. I'm going to set it to 10 laps to begin with. I've maxed road circuit out already, so I think I have to put it on dirt or cross country or keep it on road. If I keep it on road, I'm going to keep getting wheel spins, but I do want to max these ones out as well, so I'll go cross country. I don't really like cross country, so I'll go that. I'm going to go for spring, and I'm going to go for late afternoon, so there's no sun in my eyes, clear weather and fixed. So that's what we're going for, and I'm going to call it Drift 10. I called the other one Drift 4 on my little 4-lap test. So this one is Drift 10 because it's got 10 laps. So that's what it looks like if you want to come and exploit this with me. And here we go. So that's Drift 4 look. This one is the one that didn't work, so just ignore that one completely. I'm going to delete it later. And this is a blueprint called Get Me a Strawberry Yazoo that I made ages ago. It's not a custom track, it's just back in the days where we used to make our own blueprints so that we could drive in different seasons. So ignore those. This is a 4-lap one, that works. This is a 10-lap one, which also works. So now I'm going to do this and practice drifting. I'm going to change my difficulty, make sure I'm in manual gears because I was in automatic when I laid down the track. I think I've changed already to manual though, but I'm also going to make sure the driver line is switched off because obviously I don't need it, and that's going to give me a little bit more credit. So let's make sure we've got all our settings set to something that's nice for some juicy credits. It's only quite a short lap, so you're not going to get a lot of money for it, but you are going to get some. So difficulty settings, drivatars on unbeatable, ABS off, normal steering, traction and stability off, manual, driver line off, damage none, and rewind. Should I turn it off? I don't think I'm going to need it. I'm not going to use it, am I? I'm not going to miss a checkpoint, and if I crash, I'll just go backwards a little bit. I'm easily going to win because they're miles away from me. So yeah, I'll turn that off too. So there we go. That's my difficulty settings. So let's get into this. Let's do some drifting. Now I've actually been practicing drifting around here all morning for maybe about half an hour, and it's going pretty good. I think I'm getting a lot better at drifting, but I figured if I'm going to be drifting I might as well be making some money at the same time. So go on. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this, practicing drifting around. Ooh, go on, handbrake, don't hit the wall. And this is going to be my new drifting zone in order for me to be able to get lots more credits and influence and drift skill. That's the intention. I think 10 laps was probably a little bit much. A bit much for making a video, that's for sure. I mean, I would happily sit here doing 10 laps of this, but whilst recording a video at the same time, I think that's a little bit extreme. Right, so I'm at least a lap ahead of them, I think. I'm going to hit the wall. I just could have crossed there. So hopefully I'm never going to actually bump into them, so that'll be good if I never see them. Noticing I'm in second gear? After yesterday's video, a few people commented saying be in a lower gear. I used to always be in second gear and just trundle around like I am now. And that seemed to be working good for me, but some people said try a higher gear, so I did. So yesterday I was trying fourth gear. But yeah, a few of you have said no, you want a lower gear because you want your wheels spinning faster. And the lower gear is faster wheels. Hello there. Have I gone the wrong way? Oh no, I haven't. I thought I'd gone the wrong way for a minute then. Ooh, go on. I've got a lot of points on this one. I did it on one of the seasonal events in this car, and where you needed to get extra. Is it normally 40 or 30? I think it's normally 30 something, and you had to get 40 something for the seasonal event. So I did it in the seasonal event and actually got that. So I'm about 10,000 over what you need to have on this one. Took me quite a while. I'm too far over, but I did get it. I was quite chuffed with myself. Oops. Someone coming up behind me, I think he might be on his possibly first or second lap, who knows. So yeah, I kind of prefer to keep it in second. I know the engine's squealing. I always turn in a bit late here, so I've got to discipline myself to turn in a bit earlier, and then I won't catch that wall. I'm going to try third gear for a little bit, see how that goes for me. Go on. So yeah, it's nice doing it like this. I mean, there's no traffic apart from obviously the drivatars that are doing the race, but most of the time they're going to be on that little detour. So, I mean, there might be an occasion where all of them are on the track and I'm there with all of them, but it wouldn't last very long at all, because as soon as they're back on that detour, I can do several laps while they're off on their own. So yeah, it's almost like having no traffic, which is pretty lovely when you're just trying to drift. And of course, I mean, it's giving me each one of these laps, isn't it? I'm on 5 out of 10 already. I want to stop hitting that wall with my back end. I've got to be a bit better on that. Ooh, I missed my turn. So maybe a lower gear, maybe second gear to really, you know, pull it in. So I'm getting tighter circles on that, that back wall. And here as well, I always go off the track there. Let's get back down into second again. So yeah, I've been reading all your comments on drifting tips, and I'm taking note of them. The people that are saying stuff to do with the car, I mean, this isn't my tuning, so I can't change anything about it. But I'm kind of enjoying this tune as it is, and I mean, I'm getting there. I know I could probably tweak it a bit, have a different car, do something different, and it would be better. But I am, you know, I'm getting a lot better just in this car, so I'm happy with that. And once that's done, if I want to start looking at tweaking, oh shit. If I want to start looking at different car setups to improve my drifting, then I'll do that then. But for now, it's just all my skill. That's all we're talking about at this stage. Just my skill, my technique, based on your help and suggestions. And definitely the lower gear is better for me, I think. Well, I did those two corners a little bit better. Didn't drift, but I didn't go off the track, so a tiny bit better than before. Just getting too slow there. So I want to focus on, you know, turning in a little bit earlier on this. So turn in and start the drift. Keep the turn in. I didn't quite make it. I have drifted all the way around that when I got those points on the seasonal event, and it was awesome. So yeah, I want to try and get that. My fluky best drift ever, I want to try and do that every time. So this is a corner where I can't go off the road. Yeah, that's what I want to avoid. I want to stay inside those yellow lines. So a lot of discipline, a lot of precision, and a controlled drift that stays inside the zone. The reason I'm being so strict on the drifting not going off the road is because of the drift zones. When you're doing the drift zones, if you go off the road, you don't get points. So yeah, I want to make sure I'm not doing that. Oh, that was a little bit better, but we couldn't quite keep it all. Maybe I was going a bit slow there. I was struggling to keep it going towards the end. Let's try third gear again and slightly more speed and see how that works out for us. You have to turn in a lot sooner than you think. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're on 8 laps already. I could easily have this on a 50 lap sitting here by myself, just practicing drifting. Don't hit the wall. Yeah, there we go. Hello. Hello, stranger. Oh, you're off. That's it. Just a quick hi and then they're off. Off to do the detour. Ah, I thought I was going to have it that time. I really did. Thought I was going to get all the way around. I'm still a long way away from being able to just go round in circles. So when I watched Dubs' video and he just went round in circles around those cones, I mean, it just looked so effortless, didn't it? Have you seen it? If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's Dubs'... I've only watched one of his videos and it was the tutorial for doing drifting. But it just goes round and round and round in circles like there's nothing to it. It's amazing. But I'm getting there. That felt good. Right, here we go. This is the one. This is the one. No, it's not. Oh dear. Oh, I'm on my last lap. Well, that went really, really quickly. So yeah, isn't this a bit of a cheeky blueprint? I mean, that first one I did, when I was doing it, I was laughing to myself because it was so ridiculous, so cheeky. And I've done blueprints before where I've set them off up into fields, but that one didn't work. But this one has. So, very nicely, it's let me have it. And I'm going to get, when I finish this lap, I'm going to get some free credits, really, for practicing drifting, which is lovely. Here's the finish line. There we go. No messing about. First place. Not a lot of credits because it's only a short track. So let's see what we've got. Oh, continue. So 43,000. That's nice. And we're also getting some influence for... Did I set it to cross country? I can't remember. Yeah, cross country. So that's going to slowly build up. So what I'm going to do now is actually create another one and put it on 50 laps. And I'm going to sit here practicing drifting. So if you want to check this out... it starts from just to the right hand side of the festival on the map. So let me show you. It starts where you wouldn't expect. It's this one here. That one. Which looks like, not that one, that's a person. That one. The actual track is the same as what I'm driving, but the thing is way out of the way, and I think really because the Forza Horizon festival sign is there. So I originally tried from this one here, but this one actually goes across that horizontal straight and it puts barriers up on those two roads which I wanted to go through, so that's no good. So I'm really glad that this one is actually on that circuit so that I could do some laps with it. So yeah, I'm going to do a 50 lap one on this as well, and that'll be called Drift 50. So if you want to check out either of those blueprints, then please do, and you know, practice drifting, get yourself some credits while you're doing it, and join me in abusing the blueprint system. So isn't it awesome that we can just take advantage of this to get free money? Well, that's all from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you're impressed with my slight improvement in drifting. I've got to be honest, when I wasn't recording and I was doing this earlier on, before I made the blueprint, I was doing a lot better. I really was. I was actually impressed with myself, and I was, to be honest, I was thinking I'm almost at the point where I'm going to make that drift tutorial, but I'm not. I still need more practice. I want to be doing consistent circles in both directions, nice and tight, like around that obelisk from yesterday. I also want to be doing figure of eights, and I want to completely control it, and absolutely essential 3 stars on every drift zone, and also all of the drift club as well. When I get to that level and I feel good about my drifting, I will then make a very basic drifting tutorial, and I'll also send people on to Dubs, of course, for the more complicated stuff, because that's what got me started on this. But I do think, because he's been doing it for a long time, I think there's a lot of very basic stuff that he's missed out that I am having to kind of get by trial and error. So obviously I'm going to be covering that as well. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoy this. It's called Drift 4, Drift 10, and there's going to be a Drift 50 by the time this video is online, and you start it here on Horizon Festival Circuit. You take care and have an awesome day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.